Hello, all my dear Virgo friends. This is Maxine Taylor, and I have your beautiful forecast for the month of July. However, before I do that, I got to thank a couple of people um, and get in a cheap plug at the same time. Those of you who have written to thank me for writing this book, you are so welcome. Thank you. I'm so glad you enjoyed it. If you are an astrology student or a professional astrologer, you might be interested in getting a copy of Hidden Messages in Your Birth Chart. I'm very passionate, as many of you know. If I've done your chart, I've told you about your programming. And these are the hidden messages that we received as children from the authority figures in our lives that together create our life story. If you'd like a better understanding of why you do the things you do, and if you would like to share this information as an astrologer with your clients, which will open up a whole new conversation, you'll want to get a copy of this. It's on Amazon.com. Okay, now let's talk about this fabulous chart for July. It's wonderful forecast. I think I better put my glasses on just because. Better already. You see, all the action is around here. Mercury, the planet of communication, correspondence, and transportation, is in your 10th house of your career. And so you're thinking about your career. Perhaps you are teaching, but you are communicating in your career. Mercury is not a doing planet, it's a thinking planet. So you may be thinking in terms of moving upward. Well, Mercury will be in the shadow of the retrograde until the 7th of July. And during that time, it sure does feel like Mercury is still retrograde. It's not. It's in the shadow of the retrograde. That's kind of like a second chance to tie up the loose ends of unfinished projects that you never got to while Mercury was retrograde. So on the 7th, it comes out of the shadow. And on the 11th, it moves into your 11th house of friends, hopes, and wishes, and group activities as well. So think about what you want to do career wise, and you'll find that after the 7th, it might be easier to implement it. When Mercury moves into the 11th house, you're talking to your friends, you're thinking about your friends. And this is a very humanitarian house. It helps get you away from yourself and more into the group. This may be where you find what you are looking for. Okay? Now, the yellow planet, the sun. It's in the 11th house. I'll get to that in just a minute. Um, I'll finish Mercury and then come back, and it'll be a double whammy. Mercury in the 11th, you're talking to your friends, you're thinking about your friends, you're sharing your ideas with groups. Maybe you're speaking to groups of people. Beautiful. On the 27th, Mercury moves into your 12th house of the subconscious. The 12th house also deals with behind the scenes activities. And so you're really thinking in terms of what's going on privately. Maybe you're interacting with people privately. It's hard to know what you yourself are thinking. There, because the 12th house deals, as I said, with the subconscious. It also deals with the spirit plane. And there is a lot of communication, Mercury, that can be yours from the spirit plane. So on the 27th, Mercury is in that 12th house. Now let's go back to the sun, the giver of life, the yellow planet. It's in your 11th house of friends and group activities, and it lights up your entire friendship circle. This is beautiful. It has been in your 11th house. And so your friends are the center of your life until the 22nd, when the sun moves into your 12th house and you say, I'm going to hibernate for a little bit. Alert your friends. Tell them I'm just taking a little trip, a little pause. Um, and the sun will remain in your 12th house, away from prying eyes, starting on the 22nd. Now, Venus, the planet of love and beauty and money, is in your 12th house. It has been there. And this gives a beautiful, loving tone uh, that, remember, it's in the house of the subconscious. It's not something that is tangible. It is a feeling, and it's beautiful. It's a loving feeling. Well, on the 21st, it moves into your first house, and you feel it, you show it, you reflect it. You reflect beauty. You are able to fall in love with you. I love that. Now, I know, Virgo, you can give me 15 reasons why that won't happen. That's your left brain. Tell your left brain to stay in the 12th house for now and just love you. Beautify yourself. Do for you. Mars now, the planet of war, the planet of action, the red planet, is in that 12th house. And a lot of emotions are stirred up, maybe impatience, maybe anger, that you deal with privately. It can be that you're not even clear on who you are angry at. That's okay, because on the 29th, Mars moves into your first house. And you're doing what you want, when you want, how you want, because you want. You're putting yourself first. Bravo. Do it. You're doing it your way. And the mantra then becomes, I love me, and I'm doing it my way or the highway. Yes. Now, the new moon on the 9th is in your 11th house of friends and humanitarian activities and hopes and wishes. It's in 18 Cancer. Find the new moon in your birth chart and you'll have the whole picture. On the new moon, energy starts moving forward. I love it. 2 weeks later, on the full moon, on the 23rd, things come to a head. The full moon is in 1 degree Aquarius, and that's your 6th house of work, health, and service, which is your natural house in the zodiac, in the natural zodiac. So you can get busy at work. You can get busy on healing projects. You love to serve and be needed. If somebody says, I need you, they're saying, I love you. So please put yourself in a position where you can be appreciated, because it will be win-win. So that's your gorgeous forecast for July. Join me next month when once again I take a look at your forecast. Until then, may the stars shine brightly on you and yours. Bye for now.